What's up, y'all? It's your girl Queen Brianna, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new to my channel, then welcome, but if you're not new, welcome back. What's poppin'?
Walk in your trap and take over. Name another that's cold. I just bought a brand new Rover. I don't even drive no more, I got a chauffeur. Took off, man, they asking me to slow up. Getting wiser and my money getting older. I'm that bitch, I ain't even gonna hold it. I'm that bitch, and I thought that they told you.
So as y'all see from the title of today's video, you already know what's going on. And if you didn't read the title, then we back with another story time. So today's story time is going to be about the time I got bullied. You see the title, like, this isn't even clickbait. She literally pulled out my hair, like, snatched. But we're gonna talk about it. Make sure y'all like this video, comment on this video, and subscribe to the channel, because if you're not subscribed, you're missing out. You're gonna love it here. So make sure you subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on all of my social medias. Usernames will be up here on the screen. And also make sure you guys check out my business page and book with me, because I'm a graphic designer. And we don't do the long introductions over here. So with all of that being said, let's just go ahead and get into the video. This story happened when I was in the 5th grade. Nobody really tried me in like middle school or high school or nothing like that, because they would have got popped. But this story happened when I was in the 5th grade. It was like this one girl who I was like best friends with. We was best friends the whole 5th grade. I literally was trying to find her on Instagram like maybe like a year ago. And I was like, I wonder what she's doing in life now. Like, I wonder what she's doing. I wonder what she is. Like, I was trying to find her, and we're gonna give her a name. We're just gonna call her Amber. I don't know, let's just call her Amber. So everybody knew that me and Amber was friends. Like, everybody knew we was best friends. So it was like these 3-4 girls in my class. I guess you could say they were like the popular girls or like the mean girls or whatever. They were like really known around the school. They had like a lot of friends. They were really popular, stuff like that. And there was this one girl in that little group, and we're gonna call her
One eternity later.
We're gonna call her Potato. So it was like the last week of school, and our teacher had took the whole class to the gym, and we was like playing in the gym and stuff, because you know it's the last week of school. We're not doing any work or nothing. So that's kind of how it was. So my teacher had took all of us to the gym, and she was like, all right, you guys can just play in here for the rest of the day or whatever. So we was like all in the gym, and it was me and Amber. We was like running around playing tag. So Potato and her little group of friends, I never interacted with them. Like, I never spoke to them. They never spoke to me. Like, there was never any issue between us or nothing like that, because like there was never a reason to, because we never talked to each other. Like, we never interacted with each other. So boom, the whole class in the gym, right? Me and Amber, we like running around playing tag. She tagged me, I tagged her. You know, we just having a good time. Potato and her friends, they're like standing in the middle of the gym. Like, they're just like in a huddle, right? Like in the middle of the gym, just talking or whatever. As me and Amber is like running around, I see Potato like looking at us, right? So I see her looking at us, but I'm not paying her no attention, because like, why are you looking at us? Like, why are you looking at me? So I'm just running around with Amber, and we're just having a good time, minding our business. And then as I'm running, getting ready to tag Amber, I run past Potato and her friends, and y'all want to know what Potato did? As I run past Potato, she literally grabs my braid and pulls it out my hair. So let me tell y'all how I had my hair. I remember the hairstyle and everything, y'all, to the T. So my hair was like braided up in like a little ponytail, and then like in the back I had like maybe like 6 braids just going down. Like half of it was braided up in a ponytail, and then the other half was like braided going down. That's how my hair was. So she pulled one of the braids that was in the back, and she like pulled it and she like snatched it. When I was running past her, like I could see out the corner of my eye, like I could see her looking at me as I was running past her. And then I saw her like reach up, and then next thing I know, I feel somebody like yank my head. And then I turn around, and she's literally holding my braid. Like, I stopped dead in my tracks, and I turned around like, did she just pull my hair? And like, it wasn't just like a little like that. She literally yanked my hair. So I turn around, and she's holding my braid.
You did this for what?
Why not?
Why?
Why not?
Why though?
And I'm thinking in my head, like, I know she did not just pull my hair out, like, and like, for what? Like, I never talked to you before. Like, be for real. Like, what is your issue? Like, is there something wrong up here? Like, is there something going on up there? Make it make sense, because it wasn't making sense. So I turn around, and I see her just standing there holding my braid, and like her friends are standing behind her, like laughing and giggling, like kiki, ha ha ha, like no. But she's holding my braid, and she's just standing there like laughing, like doing this big ugly laugh. And I'm just standing there looking at her. Like, I didn't even say nothing, because I'm just like, what the heck? Like, what do I even say at this point? So she drops my braid and she turns around and like runs away, and her friends like run after her and stuff. And at this point, I don't know where my friend Amber is, because she was running and I was supposed to be like catching her and stuff because we was playing tag. I don't know where she was at this point. All I'm thinking about is this girl done pissed me off. So I pick up my braid and I go and I tell the teacher, and I'm like, Potato just pulled my hair out. And my teacher's looking at me like I'm crazy or something. She looking at me like she seen a ghost. Like, she like, what? And I'm like, Potato just pulled my braid out. And she's like, oh, just stuttering like she don't know what to say. But
That you
she was like, oh, are you sure? And I'm like, yes, I'm sure. Like, what do you mean, am I sure? I was like, can I go report her to the assistant principal? Because we had an assistant principal and she was like super mean. Like, everybody was scared of the assistant principal. Like, when people heard her little heels click clacking on the hallway, people would run. Like, and whenever somebody was acting out, the teacher would be like, oh, don't make me get the assistant principal. Don't make me get the assistant principal. So I was like, can I go tell the assistant principal about this? And she was like, yeah, sure. So like, I'm walking out the gym, right, with my braid in my hand. And as I'm walking out the gym, I look over and I see Potato and her friends like standing in the corner laughing at me and stuff. Like, looking at me and like laughing. And I'm like, oh, I got something for them. I'm finna go tell the principal. Like, they finna get suspended. Like, psych! I'm like, oh, you laughing now? We gonna see who's gonna be laughing later. I walk out the gym and I go to the assistant principal's office. I'm like, Potato pulled my hair out. And she knew who Potato was because Potato's dad worked at the school, y'all. So like, everybody pretty much knew who she was. So I was like, Potato pulled my braid out. Oh, and y'all, let me say this because I forgot to say this. There was literally a huge bald spot in the back of my head where she pulled my braid out. Like, my braid was like right here, and it was like a huge bald spot right there. Like, she didn't just pull the braid out, she pulled out my hair. Like, a whole patch of my hair was gone. And that's probably why they was like looking at me laughing and stuff. But at this point, I didn't even know like that had happened. Like, obviously I can't see the back of my head, so I didn't even know like my whole hair was gone. But anyway, so I told the assistant principal, I was like, Potato pulled out my braid. And she's like, she pulled your braid out? And I'm like, yes. Like, why is that so hard for people to understand? I'm like, yes. And she's like, are you sure? Basically asking me the same questions my teacher asked me. And I'm like, yes, I'm sure. And she was like, did you see her pull it out? And I'm like, no, like, it's in the back of my head. Like, I can't see in the back of my head, so no, I couldn't see her pull it out. But like, I ran past her and I saw her like hold her arm up, and next thing I know, I feel someone yank my head, and I turn around and she's holding my braid. So I'm telling her all this and she's like, well, you didn't technically see her do it. And I'm like, no, bring my friend in here. Bring my friend, bring Amber. So I'm like, can you call my friend Amber up here, because she was with me, she saw it happen, even though Amber didn't technically see it happen, but I knew she was gonna vouch for me. So I was like, can you call Amber and tell her to come up here? So she's like, all right. So she calls my friend Amber and she calls Potato. Amber came up there, Potato came up there, and Amber was like, yeah, she pulled it out, I saw it happen, blah 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 blah. Basically doing what she was supposed to do and vouch for me as she should. So Amber gave her little statement or whatever, and then Potato was just sitting there like rolling her eyes or whatever, all mad. And then the assistant principal asked Potato what happened, and she was like, I didn't pull her braid out. Her braid was already falling out and it fell on the floor and I just picked it up. And she was like, and that's why I was holding it, because like it had fell on the floor and I had picked it up. Girl, cut it out. Like, stop. Like, no, you know that's not what happened. I literally felt her yank my hair. Like, my head literally went back like this. Like, bro, play with your mama, not with me. Like, if you gonna do something like that, own up to it. Like, don't be sitting up here lying when you get in the principal's office talking about it fell out. No. So Potato's like, can you call my friends up here? And I'm like, oh my god. So she calls her little group of friends, and they like come up there to the office, and they basically like say the same thing she said. They're like, oh no, she didn't do it, she didn't do it. Brianna's braid fell out by itself. And then one of them was like, I don't know what happened, I didn't see nothing, I wasn't around. Like, they just up there and making up stuff, like lying to that lady's face. And at this point, I'm mad because it's like 4 of them, and it's just me and my friend Amber. Like, it's 4 against 2. So who you gonna believe? So at this point, the assistant principal, she just looked stressed. She just sitting there like she was just like, well, she's saying you pulled it out and you're saying you didn't. So Brianna, since you didn't really like see her pull it out, it's nothing I can do about it. And I'm like, what you mean nothing you can do about it? You can write her up, you can suspend her, you can kick her out of school. Like she saw the back of my head. She saw it was a whole bald spot where she pulled a whole patch of my hair out. That does not happen when your braid falls out. Like, if your hair just falls out your head, it's not gonna pull all your hair out with it. Use common sense. Like, use your brain. Like, you know this didn't happen from my hair just falling out. So she's like, well, it's nothing I can do about it. And she basically just dismissed us all and sent us all back to class. So as we're walking back to class, as we're going down the hallway or whatever, Potato and her friends are just giggling and laughing. I'm just pissed at this point because they know she pulled my hair out. I know she pulled my hair out. And they lied about it, and they're laughing, and they got away with it. Like, that's not funny. Like, that's not cute. I really thought like going to the assistant principal was gonna do something, and she didn't do nothing. Like, she didn't do nothing, and I was so freaking pissed. Potato's dad works at the school. I really feel like that's why she got away with it. I feel like the assistant principal didn't want to get her in trouble because her dad works at the school, which is very unfair. Like, you should not be able to go around and do stuff like that and get away with it just because your parent works at the school. Like, no, you should still be held accountable for your actions. I guess like by the time I got to class, like word spread around what was going on and stuff. So like people would just look at me. Like, time I walked in the door, everybody just looked at me and they was like giggling and stuff. So I ended up going home early. Like, I left early, got checked out, all that stuff. The next day when I went back to school, I had like a headband around my head. Like, y'all know like those thick headbands that you wear around your head? I had one of those around my head, so like it covered up like the back, like the bald spot. Like, I still had my braids in, but the headband was like around my braid. So that's what I did. And then everybody obviously knew why I was wearing the headband. It was like, oh, she gotta wear that headband now, ha 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 ha. Like, they was literally laughing at me. Like, bro, like, y'all, this situation had made me so freaking mad because the way like nobody did nothing, like the way the teacher didn't do nothing about it, the way the principal didn't do nothing about it, the way that girl didn't get in trouble, I was very, very mad. I didn't even want to go back to school the rest of that week because it was like the last week of school anyway. Like, I didn't want to go back. And like for a long time, I didn't even like to tell this story. I never talked about it. I was like, I'm never talking about this situation ever again. But then when I got older, I like didn't even care no more. Like, now I be bringing it up and I be like, remember that time that girl pulled my hair out? Like, I be bringing it up and laughing about it now. But at this time, like, it wasn't funny to me. See, if this would have happened when I was in like high school or something like that, oh, we would have been fighting. Like, it really would have been an issue for real. Like, somebody would have got suspended for real if this was to happen now. But when I was in 5th grade, I was like super shy and like super like to myself. So when this happened, like, I didn't fight her, I didn't confront her, I didn't yell at her or nothing like that. I just reported it to the principal. The principal didn't do nothing and I just had to let it go. But whenever I look back, I'd be like, I can't believe like I didn't fight her. Like, I can't believe I didn't beat her up. Like, she really pulled out my hair and then lied about it. And I really should have like stood up for myself and like stood my ground. I don't know, if I could go back in time, I would definitely go back and just beat her up. Like, that's probably like my only regret in this situation, is that I didn't stand up for myself. But yeah, y'all, that's basically what happened. That's basically the time that I was bullied and somebody pulled out my hair. And y'all, it really doesn't even end there because this was in 5th grade. After that, in 6th grade, I went to 6th grade going to a new school thinking everything finna be great, everything, I'm finna have a fresh start, turn over a new leaf. The bullying from 5th grade literally like spilled over to 6th grade. People was going around spreading rumors about me, saying I had cancer. Like, that's low for real. Like, it was crazy, y'all. Like, so much happened. And if y'all want me to do like a bullying story time part 2 of like all the stuff that happened 6th grade year, comment down below and I'll do a part 2 because that's another story for another video. I'm not even going to include that in this video. People was just trying me left and right. Like, anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys like this video. Comment down below your thoughts. Let me know what y'all would do in this situation. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel because I have more story times and more videos coming super duper soon. So make sure y'all stay tuned, subscribe, turn on your post notification bell so you don't miss out. Make sure you guys follow me on all of my social medias. I'm gonna put the usernames up here on the screen. So make sure you guys follow me, check me out, check out my Instagram, all of that. And don't forget to check out my business page as well. I'm a graphic designer. And with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoy. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to my channel. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.